Now, you were mentioning that there's maybe over 8,000 ramen joints just in Tokyo. That's a lot.
Oh yeah, these ramen places are ubiquitous, like maybe a kebab place in Turkey or a diner in New York or more. But one thing that's really interesting to me is even in family restaurants or Chinese restaurants or small soba shops that can specialize in ramen, you'll find it on the menu.
So you can find it anywhere in town. But the expert, I guess his name was Mr. Osaki, who say every time he goes out of town, he can't wait to come back to Tokyo and eat a bowl of Tokyo ramen. What's that all about?
Well, Tokyo is the main stage for where the ramen battle is waged. It's really like if you can make it in Tokyo with ramen, you can make it anywhere in the country. And some of these ramen chefs become actually like icons, figures that are like renowned and well-known like people throughout the country.
Yeah, there are some TV personality stars actually, ramen chefs that are like really known throughout Japan.
Exactly, but I think Tokyo is the city where if you can make a famous chain in Tokyo, then your name will live on in ramen legend for years and years.
Okay, so we're gonna go deeper into Tokyo ramen mania. I guess the prop gets thicker, huh? You guys are going to a deeper level of ramen mania.
Yes, Chris, we are going deep into that bowl of ramen. Take a look at this.
This is the Shin Yokohama Ramen Museum, only 30 minutes from central Tokyo by train. Here you get fun with your food. The entry fee is 300 yen for adults. In a gallery, you can study the history and lore of ramen. Exhibits show the distribution of Japan's regional ramen styles, implements used in ramen making, and much more. This space is a nostalgic reconstruction of a Japanese streetscape circa 1960, when ramen restaurants were becoming ubiquitous in Japan. It features replicas of pubs and buildings that were typical at that time.
What's up for that old lady?
The retro attractions are fun for the whole family. You can lose all sense of time here.
Oh, that's it!
You'll also find outposts of many of Japan's regional ramen styles. There are 9 eateries in all. They specialize in miso ramen, tonkotsu ramen, and several other varieties. Prices start at 700 yen per bowl.
I want to go into that one, and that one, and that one.
That's right. I know a very good place for ramen. Come with me. John and I head for a ramen shop founded 60 years ago. Here you can sample ramen as it tasted in the early post-war decades, when noodles were sweeping across the Tokyo dining landscape.
Oh,
wow. Now how does that look?
Kevin, this looks, actually it looks really basic.
Globs of oil glisten on the surface of the shoyu soup. Next to the menma is a generous slab of roast pork. Other than that, you get seaweed and chopped green onion. This is super orthodox Tokyo ramen.
The flavor is definitely like a homemade feel to it, something that you would get at like your mother would make.
Yeah, that's a great word in Japanese. Umami.
Umami.
It's like a depth of flavor that you get in things like miso soup or in the broth of this stock. Maybe we have it in like chicken stew back in America.
Right.
This is the essential Tokyo ramen, the shoyu ramen.
The essence of ramen.
So someone asks the Tokyoite, "You know any good ramen?" I say, "I'll show you ramen." The museum has another shop selling ramen-themed merchandise available only here. Not just bowls and other implements, but take-home versions of the ramen sold by each of the restaurants in the museum. Great idea for a souvenir.
Kevin, it's getting dark. I think we better head back now.
No, not yet. It's well known that Japanese businessmen survive basically on ramen. After a long, stressful day at work, they go out, grab a beer, eat a ramen. I think we should do the same thing. Got room for one more?
I got room for one more. Let's go.
Our next destination is on the 7th floor of this building. It's yet another unique ramen establishment.
Oh.
So, what do you think?
Kevin, this is really stylish for a ramen shop. Trendy.
This restaurant is in the chic Ginza district, and it has a sleek interior. Nothing like a typical ramen joint. Before the ramen, you get gourmet appetizers, free-range chicken, and seasonal vegetables. Drinks include local alcohol from all over Japan. We linger over the delicious drinks and appetizers before the main course comes. Fine dining is a concept at this ramen restaurant.
It goes really well with the shochu. Just it complements the taste.
The ramen here is prepared in an unusual way. It is scorched ramen. The sauce for seasoning the broth is browned with hot lard. You can choose from shoyu, miso, and tonkotsu broths. Here is their scorched miso ramen. The thin film of lard that forms helps prevent the broth from cooling. It stays piping hot right to the last drop.
It's hot.
This is really good. This is really peppery and heavy.
It's like a thicker, more robust taste.
That's good.
Yeah.
This could be just for a really nice, classy date, as it would be for like a delicious lunch.
Absolutely.
Unique, fun, and delicious. Whatever the style of soup and noodles, just one bowl of ramen is packed with good stuff to satisfy the appetite and warm the soul.
Now that's how basically salarymen, working men and women in Tokyo finish their day, is having a hot bowl of ramen after they've had their food or drinks or whatever. That's a very common sight in the Japanese business district.
It is. It's like the daily end to the day. And it's also a very social thing, because it's not just about the food itself. It's a great place to unwind and talk about the day with your coworkers.
Yeah.
Especially for single men not married yet, because what I saw, Kevin, you probably saw it too, most of the people in the ramen places, about 85%, were single guys who weren't married yet.
Really?
Yeah. It's a simple food for guys like you.
I heard one businessman tell me once that once a day he has a little piece of heaven, and that's sitting down to a bowl of ramen. That was like the thing that he thinks about all day is when work is over. Sitting down, getting the steam facial from the ramen, and then diving into the bowl. That's his daily joy.
But ramen music, that's very very nostalgic. It's like I guess early '60s Japan, Tokyo.
The whole thing seems kind of perverse, I think, to a foreigner. Like, why would you have a museum based on a bowl of noodles? But actually, once you go there and you sit down and eat it, you soon become very well aware why this place was built. It's something that can be truly museumed because it's so epic.
Yeah. One thing that I saw were a lot of old timers, people that used to eat ramen way back after World War II, and were bringing their children or their grandchildren there to kind of relive that old sense of the old ramen shop atmosphere.
Yeah, ramen originally, I guess, is derived from China. I guess the origins are in China, but I guess you would say it's like post-war Tokyo's comfort food.
Yeah,
it's what everybody loves. Yeah.
And that's what's strange, because like before I came to Japan, I never really had much respect for ramen. But living in Tokyo has really redefined it for me, because as a dish, it's so much more than just the way I imagined it when I was living in the States. And yeah, it is basically a Chinese dish, but no one in China would argue that Chinese ramen compares to Japanese ramen, because it's like a whole new thing in the Japanese remade style.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, John, and thank you very much, Kevin. I'm very envious of your report today, and I would definitely like to go on one of these reports again. That's it for Tokyo Eye. See you next time. Thank you, guys.